Hello, everyone. My name is Karlynda. Being a mother guides every decision I make for my boys. But before I could be a mother they needed, I had to survive something I never saw coming. I never imagined that someone I loved could threaten me or my boys. You don't marry someone thinking they might kill you. At first, he seemed like everything a mother will hope for. Sorry. A loving father, a provider, someone my boys could look up to. I thought we were building a life together, but slowly the man I married disappeared. What looked like love became control, fear, and survival. I found razor blades on my clothes. I woke up a few nights with his arm around my neck. I realized both my children and I were in danger. I lived every day in fear, wondering if this would be the day I could not protect my boys and myself. I had to think 10 steps ahead every day just to stay alive. So I made the hardest decision of my life with strength from God. I left. I left while he was at work, leaving everything behind but my children, some clothes, and essentials. And that was the day I chose to live, and I still celebrate that day like a holiday. But leaving didn't fix everything. I was able to get a restraining order, but my boys still loved their father. As a mother, I held on to hope that they could have a relationship with him safely. Until one day, my youngest, Hosea, said to me, "Mom, we have to go get Will. He's at a scary place and it's dark in there." When Will came home after his visitation, he shared with me that, he was at a place where there were rocks and dead people. After some thought, I said, "You mean the cemetery?" As we would drive past, the boys would point at the cemetery and say, "That's where Daddy took Will. That's where my son had been left alone in the dark before the sun came up." I remember holding on to him after that and realizing how much he had been carrying by himself, the fear, the confusion, the silence. I tried to get help. I told people what was happening. When I was with my husband, I pretended everything was normal for my children. But you can't hide fear from kids. They were watching. They were learning. I grew up in an abusive home myself, and without even realizing it, I was watching the same cycle begin again in my own children. My boys started changing. They were acting out in school, angry, confused, carrying emotions they didn't understand. Will pushed a classmate down the stairs. And that's when I knew that it wasn't just behavior, it was pain. I was alone, overwhelmed, trying to rebuild a life while my boys were still hurting. I was desperate. That's when I came to the Children's Center. And for the first time, someone listened. They sat with my son, Will, and they asked questions. They gave him a safe place to say what had been happening, and they believed him. Because of that, an investigation was started. Because of that, my son was protected. Because of this, his father was charged with child abuse. That is the power of being heard. That is what the Children's Center does. They don't just provide services. They see children, they listen, and they act. Because what my boys were carrying, it didn't just start with them. But because of this place, it doesn't have to continue through them. Today, my boys are doing better in school. They're listening, learning how to express their emotions. They're smiling again. They look forward to coming here. It's something steady in their lives. And me, for the first time, I can breathe again. I am no longer surviving. I am healing. And by sharing my story, I hope other families know that they are not alone. That is what Voices of Tomorrow means to me. It means children like Hosea and Will, who were once hurting, now have the chance to grow into something different, stronger, safer, heard. But there are still so many children who haven't found that yet. Children who are still living in fear, children who are still waiting for someone to listen. Today, you have the power to be that someone. When you support the Children's Center, you are not just giving, you are protecting a child, you are helping a family heal, you are breaking generational cycles, you are making sure another child finds their voice, another mother finds her voice, and another mother gets to say, my children are safe. Thank you for listening to my story, and thank you for believing in voices like mine and my son's. Thank you.